Sri Lankans celebrate their New Year's Day in April and not in January. Hindus and Buddhists had different rituals, but the spirit of love for family and neighbors was the same. Our adventure today is about the gift presented by the hot tropics of the Indian Ocean. We will meet wild animals living alongside nature and Sri Lanka's most beloved holy animal, the elephant. This is paradise where humans and animals live together. This is Sri Lanka. It takes 9 hours by flight from South Korea to reach Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is located south of India in South Asia's Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka has a surface area around 1/3 that of the Korean peninsula. Today's journey begins in Sri Lanka's most important fishing village, Negombo. The blue Indian Ocean rolls into Negombo. Not far from the capital city, Colombo, Negombo is known for its big fishing market and its beautiful beach. Around this time, Sri Lanka's temperature averages 30 degrees Celsius. It is a tropical climate for sure. Around May, when the real heat begins, people can be seen bathing in the abundant waters, cooling themselves off in the most convenient way. Children who are born on the island nation of Sri Lanka grow up close to the water. The sea is their closest playground. Just watching them is refreshing. Sri Lankan youths who have grown up with the sea show off their diving skills to the traveler.
다이빙 선수가 따로 없네요. Comodo Mali. Me hemuda meno ada? Pinon na eno ada? Oya jumping kran na pulan do?
Nada.
Ya oya 배?
Beberapa.
배? 조금 안 되고. 좀 큰 애는 되고. 오야 불러 한다. 어? 불러? 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 아이고. 오야 불 오야. 오. 저기 말리. 에빠. 베라마. 아이고.
Sri Lanka's climate is hot and humid, so anywhere that has water becomes a welcome playground.
여기는 또 뛸 준비하고 있네. 오야 안 와도?
안 와. 야.
오.
The children do not hesitate to jump off the high bridge.
잘 뛰네. 바닷가 사람이 틀리는구나.
The children's diving skill is a gift from the tropics. There is another gift that the tropics have given to this coastal village. It is the palm tree. But why is this man dangerously crossing in between palm trees? The people who climb palm trees over 15 meters high with their bare hands are called liquor hunters. It is a very dangerous job that only skilled people can do. But how are the liquor hunter and the palm tree related?
मैं 뭐나 하다? 라? 라? मैं मुका तो करने में
මේ ඉල මීමැස්සු.
미메스. 본드 불러한데?
මොන්න පුළුවන් පෙරල්ල.
댐 본드 불러한데?
본드 불러,
댐
페랄로.
본드 불러. 아 냄새가 좀 막걸리 냄새가 나네.
It has a sour taste and the kick of a strong liquor.
술맛 좀 나네. 스리랑카 전통 술 중에 가장 대중적인 술이 아락이라고 있어요. 증류술인데 코코넛 야자를 증류해서 하는 건데 그에 대한 주 원재료가 되는 게 이 라입니다.
Raw is a popular liquor among Sri Lankans. It is naturally fermented palm tree water.
이게 뭐 강냉이 같은데. 이게 코코넛 꽃이에요? 플라워예요, 플라워?
플라워.
플라워. 꽃이 다 펴버리면은 수액이 안 나오니까 이제
말이
꽃이 어렸을 때,
말이
꽃이
마게
어렸을 때.
සම්පූර්ණ මලි භාගයයි තියෙන්නේ.
However, raw cannot be drunk by just anyone because the process of extracting it is difficult. Liquor hunters need to extract raw 15 meters above the ground, holding onto a single rope without any protective gear. In Sri Lanka, there are skilled experts whose sole job is to extract raw. His firm muscular arms and hands, tough as a turtle shell, formed from climbing trees with bare hands, show how difficult his job is. The liquor that comes out of this hard work is raw. It is nutty while being savory and has an alcoholic kick. It's a taste I've never tried before and is therefore difficult to describe.
약간 알코올 맛이 나고 막걸리 맛도 나고 숭늉 맛도 나고
다 본데.
수시하는데 이거
다 본데. 바부 වැඩන්නේ.
맞이다?
මාදී එන්න. විදියෙන් භාගයක්වත් බොන්න ඕන. බොන්නේ නැහැ.
본네네?
Alcohol made with raw becomes hard liquor with an alcohol content of over 30 degrees.
아직 술 빼줘 이거
අතගාලා බලන්න හොඳටම බයිනවා.
라 받으네 술 빼 아니 술 빼.
Both the liquor and the summer grow richer on the Sri Lankan beach. Leaving behind the beautiful beach, we head to the inner jungle. 2 hours by car from the capital, Colombo, is where the elephant's paradise exists. A world-famous elephant orphanage has been set up in Pinnawala. In Pinnawala, there are elephant motifs everywhere. Starting from elephant-patterned bags to accessories. How did Pinnawala become an elephant city? Was there some sort of emergency?
Now we are going to take all elephant to what?
Is it the elephant parade? In Pinnawala, nothing is more important than March of the Elephant Parade. Twice a day, the siren is sounded in Pinnawala. This is when the elephants march. Tourists from across the world gathered in Pinnawala to see the elephant parade march.
코끼리가 지나가니까 상점들이 거리에 내놨던 물건들을 넣어놨다가 다시 빼고 있어.
There could be a lot of damage done if the vendors got in the way of the elephant parade. The store hours and break time are all scheduled around the elephant's movements. The parade heads for the nearby river. Twice a day, the elephants come here to wash. The parade is so large that the numbers cannot be counted offhand.
알리 끼래내기 나자.
The elephants are exhausted in the heat. They stop showering themselves with water and just lie in the river. It is one of Pinnawala's policies to create an environment for them as similar to the wild as possible.
난간에 사람들이 꽉 찼네. 코끼리보다 더 많네 사람.
The elephant shower is popular with foreign tourists and Sri Lankans alike.
Very happy. Material sampata.
After the dozens of elephants have passed by, the roads are left with their feces.
와 여기 코끼리
These feces have their uses.
만드는데 죽어다 종을 만드나 봐요.
This is a store that makes paper out of elephant dung.
땅 페이퍼. 옛날부터 있던 코끼리.
How can paper be made out of feces? This is a very interesting idea.
끼뚜.
Yeah. No.
No. 아
Full.
볼.
Trunk of coconut, sleeve of coconut. This is the favorite food in Sri Lankan elephant.
이거는 끼뚤. 끼뚤 줄기 잎. 이거는 잭프루트라는 큰 나무의 잎. 그리고 이건 바나나 줄기인데 이게 코끼리들이 주로 먹고 좋아하는 음식이래요. 이게 90% 이상이 섬유질로 형성이 되어 있어가지고 이렇게 똥으로 나오면
Ocean
이렇게.
clean and elephant poo.
푸.
Oh yeah, not bad smell. That is, they eat more fibrous food.
아 냄새가 안 나네.
Ocean and clean. इस पास में water दिया करना. अरे दिया करना ये ट्रेन.
아 이렇게 물에 이제 새우 떠가지고 이렇게 얇게 뜨는구나.
नहीं
아.
done paper, prestige.
아.
Alveni.
100%.
Oh.
100% 똥 페이퍼, 똥 페이퍼. 아. 진짜 이게 진짜
After
자연에서
ये दिया ना, outward, will sunlight,
선라이트.
drying, 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
아.
मैं रोलर रे का कारकोला डाला और तुरंत के मैं यूज कर ला मैं गन फाइनल पेपर है make it smooth
아.
make it lianda kianda oppam pulwa
아, 이거는 약간 좀 표면이
lianda
거친데.
kianda oppam pulwa make
It wasn't high quality paper, but it was rather the paper making process that made the whole thing meaningful.
아, 알리 똥.
paper है guys
똥.
not done paper
우리가 따로 나무를 베지 않고도 자연을 해치지 않고도 이렇게 자연에서 얻는 게 참 많네요. 코끼리는 그냥 보는 것만으로 좋은데 또 그 하나 똥 더러운 것도 하나도 이렇게 새롭고 깔끔하고 예쁜 게 종이에서 나오는 게 참 신기한 것 같기도 하고 코끼리가 참 좋네.
After taking a bath, it is time for the elephants to head home. Their river bath lasted about 2 hours. Each elephant has its own caretaker. That caretaker takes care of his elephant from at least 2 to 3 years up to 15 years. We decided to take a proper look around the orphanage. The official name of the place is Pinnawala Elephant Orphanage. There are a total of 77 elephants here right now. Most of them were brought when they were young after losing their mothers to poachers. It costs around 1 million Korean won per month to take care of an elephant. That hefty cost is borne by the orphanage because Sri Lankans' love for elephants is special. This is the pen where baby elephants are kept. Other cows' milk is extracted and given to orphan babies. After the elephants have grown up for 10 to 15 years, they are sent to temples across Sri Lanka.
와, 이 코끼리가 부화가 된 상태로 작년에 왔어요. 거의 3개월째 됐을 때 와가지고 여기 도착해가지고 이렇게 다 1년도 채 안 된 상태에서 좀 컸나 봐요. 이렇게 보살핌 받고 있어요.
Someday, these two baby elephants will also leave the orphanage. Until then, the Sri Lankans' love and affection will help to raise them well. On my way to a nearby village after leaving the orphanage, something caught my eye. There was an elephant in the middle of the lake. It is not difficult to spot elephants in Pinnawala, located in the inland jungle. I was curious to know more about the elephants, and so ventured into the village. This farming village is near Pinnawala and farms rice and coconut. Because triple cropping is possible in Sri Lanka, the April spring harvest has ended, and it is time to cultivate the land.
누나 매 මොකක්ද මේ?
මේක මේ හදලා තියෙන්නේ කුරක්කන්.
කුරක්කන්.
කුරක්කන් මේ ද ඇතුලේ තියෙන තනකොළ.
තනකොළ.
මේවා දැන් ඉතින් කටලා හොම කොටලා දාන්න ඕනේ.
알리 고닥 එනවද මෙහෙ?
ආලි එනවා ගොඩක් එනවා ආලි.
ප්‍රශ්න නැත්ද?
ආලි ඉතින් ආවම මේව හැදිච්චාම කනවා.
කනවද?
කනවා.
මේක කනවා මේක
පොල්
කනවා.
කඩලා
මොනවද?
කනවා.
පොල් කනවද?
පොල් කනවා. ඔය ගෙඩි තියෙන ගස් දාලා වාගෙන ඇදගෙන යනවා. මේකේ පොල් ගස් 15ක් කෑවා.
Agricultural damage caused by elephants is a common occurrence. Because there has been so much damage, the locals built this. It is an elephant monitoring tower.
තරහයි 냈다 알리.
නෑ ඉතින් තරහ වෙලා වැඩක් නැහැ නේද පුතේ. එයාලා ඉතින් ඉන්නේ තුව කන්න තමයි. අපි ඉතින් රැක් ගන්න ඕනේ.
할머니 고생이 많으시네. 근데 농사 짓는 거 치고 손이 좋으세요.
아산이 바이브대요.
손이 예뻐요. 라스나이. 어떠서 라스나이. 근데 고생도 많이 하시는데.
Perhaps the old woman has an elegant posture because of her warm heart. The elephants that damage crops are wild elephants. But there is apparently also a domesticated elephant in this village. Where is the crying coming from? There was a real elephant in the front yard.
얀다 불러한다. 알다? 코끼리가 왜 이렇게 있지? 와, 크네. 아이고안.
When the owner gives the signal, the elephant greets me.
코끼리가 손 들었어요, 손. 안녕.
This is the first time I've seen an elephant so close without anything in between us.
동네. 오. 동네 코끼리가 있어요. 동네 코끼리가 다 있어.
This single elephant eats up to an incredible 200 kilograms a day.
와. 바나나 먹나?
Wanting to get closer to the elephant, I give it some food.
내 손 먹으면 안 돼. 오.
The elephant eats the banana in the blink of an eye.
오, 코끼리. 코끼리.
The elephant, despite its scale, is a vegetarian animal. It feeds on leaves, branches, and fruit.
알았어. 이거 먹나? 이거 먹어요? 내 까노하다? 까노? 까노? 아. 오. 없어 이제. 없는데 미안 없어.
This elephant has been raised by this family since it was small.
아, 이렇게 코끼리 30년을 살았구나. 아, 어쩐지 좀 성숙해 보이더라 코끼리가. 안녕.
With its huge size and the enormous amount of food it consumes, not to mention its dung, it must be a handful to raise an elephant.
오. 모나드 끌었네. 오, 왜드 끌어나죠? 아, 모나드 왜드 끌었네? 아, 가당 갈리 넣어도? 아, 베라요라.
Cars cannot enter this dense forest, so elephants are used instead to transport wood.
코끼리 박이 좀 온다. 아. 와.
As if used to this routine, the elephant easily carries the wood. The elephant is moving a huge tree by itself, which would have taken several strong men to carry. Having worked together for 3 decades, the elephant moves obediently to its owner's orders.
아, 코끼리가 힘이 세네요. 저 정도 힘이 셀 줄 몰랐는데. 오.
여기는 대학교도 우선 거기서 됐거든.
Traditionally, in many countries in Asia, elephants have been used for labor. Because of their strength and weight, elephants were also trained for battle. But in Sri Lanka, things are a little different. Sri Lankans believe that the elephant is a holy animal related to Buddha. Many of the trees that the elephant drags along are consumed by it.
코끼리 정말 순한 줄 알았더니 또 먹을 때 보니까 지 먹을 거라고 뭐 발길을 하고 이렇게 참 무섭네요.
There is probably no other country in this world where the elephant is so loved. After working so hard under the heat, the elephant needs to take a rest. Just in case it gets tired in the heat, the owner washes it in the river. The owner has to actually labor to wash the elephant.
아, 코끼리 모형하러 왔다. 와, 신나네, 신났어. 누워가지고 일어날 생각 안 하네.
The elephant has taken up its position in the river. Full and refreshed, this is leisure enjoyed by in-between periods of work.
행복해? 응? 이렇게 사는 거 행복하지? 사랑해주는 사람도 있고 먹을 것도 많고.
This is not the end. The owner even brushes the skin of the elephant. The elephant seems more like the owner than the pet.
이게 우리나라로 치면 떼수건이랍니다. 이렇게 이쪽으로 아저씨가 하는 거죠. 어떻게? 아 이렇게 매하게 떼밀듯이. 아 매 뺐다. 매 뺐다? 아 물을 좀 적셔가지고 좀 피부를 불려가지고. 아래. 좋냐? 좋아? 좋지.
It is amazing how the owner has taken care of this elephant like this every day for the past 3 decades. A large part of the day and effort goes into feeding and washing this elephant. If the owner was just interested in exploiting it, he wouldn't go out of his way to take care of it like this. In Sri Lanka, the elephant is not just a beloved pet. It is part of daily living and part of a life of coexisting. I also say farewell to this elephant, of which I have grown fond during the day. As if to respond, the elephant raises its nose as well. I hope that their peaceful coexistence continues. Leaving behind the elephant's paradise, we head up north. There, we will find the highly important Buddhist heritage city of Pinnawala. Pinnawala was the city of Sri Lanka in around the 11th century. The remaining city shows the splendor of the past. The stone statues make it appear as if we have opened a door leading back to ancient times. Lanka Tilaka is a huge stone temple made in the Sinhala architectural style in the 13th century. Vatadage is known as the place where Buddhist teeth are kept. Buddhist teeth are one of the most meaningful religious symbols to Buddhists in Sri Lanka.
불교의 그 가장 신성한 보물을 잘 모시기 위해서 이러한 훌륭한 그 사원을 만들고 그걸 꾸며가지고 여기다 보관했죠. 하여튼 여기 맞은편에는 실제적으로 그 불처의 치아를 보존하고 여기는 1년에 한 번씩 대중들을 위해서 공개를 하는 장소였어요.
This place is a treasure trove of medieval Buddhist cultural artifacts. Of the Pinnawala relics, this is one of the masterpieces. The Galvihara Temple. Measuring up to 5 meters in height, standing, sitting, and lying Buddha statues exist here, and a story of an elephant as well. An elephant stopped the person trying to destroy this statue.
코끼리가 상당히 불교에서 그리고 스리랑카 사람들한테 이제 믿음을 주고 존중을 받는 이러한 위치에 있다는 것을 또 하나 볼 수 있는 하나의 이야기인 것 같습니다.
Elephants were present in the city and the forest, temples and homes, and even in myths and history. We headed deeper into the jungle. This is Hurulu Eco Park, where nature is preserved in its wild state. Wild animals can be seen from the entrance of the park. This is no outdoor zoo for tourists.
진짜 야생 코끼리를 이제 보러 가고 있습니다.
The forest provides us with a glimpse of some wild elephants. The size of the wild animals is overwhelming.
Oh my god.
These elephants are the most popular of all the wild animals in this park.
오, 저쪽에 있다. 아, 한 마리가 아니었구나. 애기는 네 명이네.
Nah, godak.
고닥 있노.
Godak.
갖다 끌어 넣어? 거기를 갖다 끌어 넣어? 꼬우모도 갖다
Itu
끌었네.
dia ni.
아.
Then now is the elephant.
매 뭐라도.
Langkah pendek.
랑긋 앤나.
Terus kita.
아.
Baik.
바야이.
Baik.
아, 위험하다. 코끼리끼리 소리를 내 가지고 가까이 와, 여기에 뭐 먹을 거 많아 이렇게 얘기를 하기도 하고, 뭐 이상한 사람 나타나면은 이런 소리 내 가지고 멀리 가라고 댕지라고 위험하다고 이렇게 흩어져 이렇게 코끼리끼리 또 신호가 있구나.
These wild elephants look different from the ones we met in Pinnawala.
로열.
They look more relaxed and proud. Sri Lankans created an eco-park in a place that people cannot reach. They knew very well that these animals, just like humans, need their own space.
스리랑카 사람들은 자기가 살지 않는 곳이지만 이곳을 코끼리가 살도록, 뭐 동물이 살도록 이렇게 자연을 배려하는 마음에서 같이 살려고 하는 마음도 있는 것 같고, 그렇게 작은 공간, 사람이 사는 공간도 있고 코끼리가 사는 공간도 있으니까 다 같이 살 수 있는 공간이 이렇게 또 있는 것 같습니다. 코끼리, 스리랑카 사람들 둘 다 행복한 것 같네요, 이 나라는.